Alright, so let's take a look at Season 4 Activity 2. In this activity, you're going to be drawing free body diagrams for some different situations. A couple things to keep in mind. First, if an object is at rest or moving at a constant velocity, the net force is 0. Okay, so knowing this, we can look at an example like this where the box is resting on the table, and on this dot here we can draw the free body diagram. So I'm going to zoom in here, right? So on this box, what are the forces acting on it? Well, we know that there's the force of gravity, so we're going to label that F sub g, right? We see that here in the instructions, and that always points straight down. Are there other forces on the box? Well, what we talked about here tells us that there must be. If this were the only force on the box, then the box would be moving downward. So since the box is resting on the table, there must be an upward force that's equal to the force of gravity. And that force here we see is called the normal force. So in this picture, for example, you would draw an upward arrow showing that normal force. Okay? So that is how you will do the free body diagrams for the objects on page 1. And as you do 1 through 4 here, these are the forces you're going to use. So every force that you'll use is listed here. The only other force that they haven't mentioned is the force of friction, which will be F sub F, so F little f. The same thing applies here on page 2. For the elevator problems, it's moving at a constant velocity, so there's nothing special here. If you get an elevator problem with acceleration, you'll have to wait until you do Season 4, Episode 7. But these elevators have constant velocity, so you should be able to do them without watching this video. And on this last page, for example, if we take a look at 13, what I would like you to do is to break the forces that are at angles. So here this is now called our FT force, right, our force of tension. We've got 2 ropes, so we'll do a blue and red. And each of these forces is actually in the X and Y direction. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a triangle here. Now I need to think about this. This X force of tension is going to be in this X direction, and then it's going to be an upward Y force, right? Since the rope is pulling block B to the left and up, then our 2 component forces need to be to the left and up, okay? You can then, if you want to draw the free body diagram for this, I'm just going to take this force and draw them separately on, so we'll call this FTX, and then there's going to be a force FTY, blue. I do the same thing in the red direction, so I'm going to have a red arrow, FTY, and a red arrow this way, FTX. And now there's one more force, because if we look, we have 2 upward forces that aren't canceled out, so there must be then a force down, and we know that is FG, and I'm going to make it so that these are equal, okay, and these are equal. Okay, so the way you show equal forces are with congruency signs like this. So one line shows these 2 are equal to that, these 2 are equal to that. So on your free body diagrams, show me which forces are equal. That's it.